Example 12, the difference of two numbers is 14 and the larger number is 3 more than twice the smaller number. Find the two numbers. So a little bit more elaborate wording on this one. But again, it says find the two numbers. They're referring larger and smaller, right? So maybe I'm going to use L and S for my variables. Maybe L for larger, S for smaller. If you do that, be careful that I'm going to say L, capital L is the larger number. Very important when you pick variables that don't get mistaken for other things. L larger, if it's lowercase l, it might look like a number 1. Uppercase L looks like an L. If you're going to use S, I'm not a big fan of S because my S's start looking like 5s after a little while, but I'm going to use S because it's larger, smaller. If you are going to use the letter S, be very curvy with it so it looks like an S. Make sure it looks like an S. Don't make it look like a 5. All right. Lowercase t looks like a plus sign. I stay away from that one. Lowercase l looks like a 1. O looks like 0. So I don't usually use the O for a variable. So again, just when you're picking variables, just am I going to confuse this for something else? If you are, don't use it. So fact 1. The difference of two numbers is 14. Now, I've already made a statement here, and it matters about difference. With difference, subtraction order matters. If I did 4 minus 2 is equal to positive 2, 2 minus 4 is equal to negative 2. So it's very important about the order of subtraction. Big minus small gets a positive, small minus big gets a negative. If the difference of two numbers is positive 14, that means I have to do the larger minus the smaller. So be careful of that you do the right order when you do a difference. I'm going to put this in black instead of blue. So if I put L minus S equals 14. Again, if I put S minus L, that would make S the larger number instead of L, which is not right. So make sure positive difference, big number, L. We don't know what L equals yet, but we're saying it's bigger. We're saying S is smaller, so bigger minus smaller makes a positive. All right, the larger number is 3 more than twice the smaller number. Okay, so the larger number is 3 more than twice the smaller number. So quite a bit going on here. First off, the larger number is what? L. So we've invented a name for things that don't have mathematical meaning. Okay, larger number has no mathematical meaning, so we made up a name for it so we can write an equation. Larger number. What does the word is mean mathematically?
Equal.
It means equals. Is, was, were, will be. Any type of form of to be is an equal sign. So larger number, this is equals. What does 3 more than mean?
3 times 3
Plus. More than, less than is plus and minus. For me personally, I save more than till the end. So if I see a more than or less than in my equation, wording is 3 more than. It's important, but not till I've written everything else. So any more than or less than statement, that's on the back burner until everything else has been written. So pretend that's not there. So the larger number, L, is equals, what's twice mean? Multiply what? By 2. Twice means to double something. Twice, what? The smaller number. The smaller number is S. So 2 times S. All right? And period. So we're done with it, right? At this point, once I'm done with it, then I look at my more than or less than. Look at it in relation to the word is. It happens after the word is, which means it's going to happen to the right-hand side. If it happened before the word is, it would happen to the left-hand side. All right? 3 more than means to add 3. Always add or subtract from everything else. So put everything else and then put plus the number or minus the number. If I said 3 less than, it would be minus 3. 3 more than plus 3. But always put the less than and more than at the end of whichever side. So is, so it happens after is, happens after the equal sign. Put it all the way over at the end. So that is a system of equations that represents what's happening in this problem. Now, the setup for this one is much more efficiently done with substitution. This says L equals an expression representing S, right? So I have the capacity to replace this L up here with this expression here that L equals. So I'm going to substitute right there. So the top equation currently reads L minus S equals 14. It's going to be transformed into 2S plus 3 minus s equals 14. I always put parentheses when I substitute multiple things, always. After I do that, then I look and see, do I need the parentheses or not? If I do, fine, I deal with it. If I don't, I just erase them. So, nothing's happening in this parentheses, right? Basically, positive ones being multiplied by it. So these parentheses aren't really necessary here, so I can go ahead and erase them. Don't erase until you've diagnosed whether or not they're important. If there's a number being multiplied by the parentheses, it has to multiply by all pieces. If the parentheses is being subtracted, all pieces have to be subtracted. So those are the things you're looking for. So 2s plus 3 minus s equals 14. I'm going to chop the 3, move it to this side. So everything s is on the left, everything not s is on the right. This is 2s, this is being subtracted, it's 1s. So 2s minus 1s is 1s, better known as s. 14 minus 3 is equal to 11, so that's what s equals.
What about your 2s?
I did 2s minus 1s, subtracted, right? So when you're looking at like terms here, you deal with the coefficients positive 2, and again, s is officially 1s, that 1's understood. It won't be written in the problem typically. But the 2 minus 1 makes a new coefficient of 1, which again, understood, so don't write it. All right? So s is equal to 11, and again, s is equals 11 is a friendly answer, so I'm probably going to just go back and substitute. I'm going to take this red equation, I'm going to change that s to the number 11. So L, we don't know yet, equals 2 times s plus 3. Instead of writing s, I'm going to write 11 because that's what s equals. And then I just evaluate by the order of operations. 2 times 11 is 22 first. 22 plus 3 is 25 second. Multiply, then add. So smaller number 11, bigger number 25. That'd be the two numbers that do both things they're supposed to do.